I always used to think that too, like maybe even like pull him out of his pants. You know what I mean? I don't think so. Yeah, of course. People die like this. I doubt that. All right, so if you guys are just joining us, which I guess you are because we're just going live right now, this is a trench rescue happening out here in Los Feliz. If you're not from the Los Angeles area, Los Feliz is up in the hills, and it's kind of near Griffith's Observatory. But you know what? That's not really the important part. They got a lot of stuff going on down here. LA City Fire Department is working on a person that is trapped inside of a trench. Now, this person's still alive, and we've seen him a couple of times. If I can get the shot, I will show it to you again. You can see all those yellow helmets down there. Majority of those guys are actually from the coveted USAR group that we have out here in the Los Angeles area. That's Urban Search and Rescue. Now, they have both of the battalions out here from the USAR groups because of the heat today. Again, if you're in the area, we don't even have to talk about how hot it is down there. It's probably approaching 100 degrees right now, and those firefighters working feverishly to get that person out of that trench. Let me try to show you. Let's see if we can see him. We saw him earlier on. Now, this has been going on for more than a minute, so we have been here since before they put up a lot of that shoring that you're seeing right there. And the person in an orange shirt is actually the guy that's trapped down there. We saw the dirt pretty much up to about just above his waist. And when we saw him earlier on, they did have an oxygen mask on him, but he was very much alive, very much moving around. I think that's him right there with the yellow hat. You can see it. He's actually working with the firefighters trying to free himself. Now, they have been making great progress. What we're seeing right now is way better than what we saw when we first arrived here. That dirt was almost up to about halfway on his chest. You can imagine that was creating problems for him breathing. But right now, though, that hat, the guy in the yellow hat and that orange shirt, that is the actual victim. Now, you can see the firefighters out here from the USAR. They're using these spreaders. We were trying to figure out what they were called. They're some sort of struts, but they are not hydraulically powered, but actually air pressure. And they're using that along with that wood that you see right there to shore up those sides, to keep that dirt from collapsing in on him. Again, this is happening in a backyard out here in the fighters from LA City Fire Department out here, and the heat is like a very serious part of this rescue. The fire department, they are concerned about that victim, but they're also concerned about their own guys as well, as they should be. Sorry about that. Hope everybody took their Dramamine. We did a little spin right there. It is hot. Also, the heat is actually affecting Skyfox, making it difficult for us to actually hover. The performance of our aircraft is actually based on things like the temperature, how much heat or how dense the air is, and when it's hot, we have less air to work with, and it creates more of a problem for us to actually grab what's called a hover. So we're moving around the best we can to keep it cool and also stay in the air. Pretty important for a helicopter. But you know what? It's not about me. It's about those guys and gals down there and, of course, that victim. Now, I was saying it is very, very hot. They brought out the second USAR battalion basically to swap out with these guys because of the heat. They don't want to have the heat exhaustion. They don't want these firefighters to get exhausted, make bad decisions. So they're keeping them hydrated. They brought out water and other hydration, probably like a Gatorade or something. And then they also brought out replacement firefighters for this crew out here. Now, this rescue is still ongoing. I am very confident. That's one of the reasons why we showed you that victim trapped down there and got those shots like that, because I'm very confident that they're going to get this guy out alive and in one piece. But this rescue is still going on out here. This is going to be in the Los Feliz area. Again, I really wish that we were able to interact with you, especially on on the YouTubes, because I know that you can write comments. I would love to take questions and answers. My phone right now showing SOS, and again, it seems like every time we're in these situations where we go live on the internet, we have these issues. This time, the fire department requesting us and the other media that's out here. I guess there are other people out here as well. I don't really know about any of that. But anyways, they ask us all to bump it up. So we are extremely high up looking down at this. You know what, I could take a moment. I don't think we're going to miss anything. Just to give you an idea of where we are compared to all of this, that's what it looks like without any kind of zoom or anything. And yes, that is a big giant bug on our lens. We hit it on the way out here to the rescue. But that gives you an idea how high up we are. And it is hot up here as well. People that do fly and understand that, you know, it does get cooler the higher you go. But in this case, today out here in Los Angeles, we're talking like in the hundreds. We got triple digits going on at this altitude. So I can't imagine what those firefighters are dealing with down there in that heat. But you know what? These guys are buff, tough, and in shape. Me, I'm soft like a big giant marshmallow, and you know what? Just thinking about this stuff is making me sweat. So anyways, we're keeping an eye on it. We're keeping an eye on their tools. It is actually really kind of interesting how they're doing this stuff, how they're shoring this up, how they're keeping that dirt from falling back in there, and their specialized tools. You know, this is Los Angeles, and you know what? If you don't know it, we have earthquakes out here, and one of the things that happens in earthquakes is collapses, and these are the men and women that are going to come and rescue you if you're in the Los Angeles area, and they actually travel to other places when they have earthquakes and they have people still trapped. These are the guys and gals that go out there and actually help rescues in other countries and other parts of the United States. Right now, though, they've got all this manpower and all this brain power right here to save that one worker trapped in that trench. Again, I wish I could get some questions and answers for you guys, but I can just imagine what you're talking about, and hopefully it is all positive. We're trying to keep this as positive as we can. A lot, you know, as hippy-dippy as I might not be, sometimes I really do believe that positive energy is what makes everything happen in a good way. And of course, there's somebody trapped down there, and even though we're saying now this person is going to be okay, there's always that possibility that, you know, something really bad could happen. The earth could shift, a big chunk of dirt could just move down there, and this could turn into something entirely different. Now those firefighters are working as much as they can. You see a lot of dust being thrown around down there. That is not going to be from the wind. They're actually using compressed air right now to move that dirt away from that trapped worker to kind of dig him out. My pilot, Mike, he's a pretty smart guy, maybe a little more than just regular smart. And you know what? He was talking about it too. He said, you know, how maybe this guy could just kind of wiggle himself out. How trapped could you be? This isn't the beach. This isn't like you buried your buddy or you buried yourself in some sand and you're just going to kind of wiggle your way out. This is actual dirt up here, and this was a collapse. So when this came down on this person, he is very, very fortunate that it did not go higher than his chest. We have seen this in the past. Sad to say, a lot of these turn out to be body recoveries. In this case, that worker's still very much alive down there, and I'm confident that they're going to pull him out in one piece and talking and alive. I've been looking at this guy right here. Now, I can kind of tell you that this is going to be a captain or possibly a battalion, a medical type of battalion chief because of the yellow on his helmet. And you can see right there, they basically tied up a ladder so he can go up high and look straight down at that rescue and the workers down there in that trench. A number of these workers are basically out here just kind of holding, you know, there just in case something happens. And again, that tool that you see right there, that spreader, that strut, that power strut, that's being powered by compressed air, and that's pushing against that shoring that you have there. And we were talking about that a little bit up here earlier as well. This stuff is not just scraps from the construction site. A lot of this stuff actually comes in on the USAR rigs, the trucks that these firefighters, specialized firefighters, come in on. They have an entire rolling hardware store in there. They've got tools and things because they just don't know what they might have to deal with or what they might need to do a rescue. So they try to bring everything. And you can just imagine how much stuff is organized and stuffed inside these huge USAR rigs that they have out here in the Los Angeles area, and probably in a lot of the major cities as well. Now, like I said, you've got 2 battalions out here from the USAR, and they are both out here. And one of the reasons why is because of the heat. They want to swap these guys out when they need to, because they don't want anybody exhausted. And, you know, exhausted isn't just a physical thing. These guys have to be sharp. They've got to think about this stuff. They got to predict what might happen and stop it before that, you know, whatever they're thinking, whatever they're like, oh, this could happen, that could happen. They want to stop that before it does to keep that victim alive. Again, there's one person trapped down there. He's a worker, and this was a collapse. He's about 8 feet underground is what they're saying. And when that dirt collapsed on him, it was up to just about, I would say, belly height would probably be the best way to describe it. And when we first arrived, there wasn't all this going on. We were here in the beginning when the calls first came out, and the first responders were just arriving, assessing that situation. All those shovels, all this dirt, those firefighters were out there hustling, trying to get that dirt away from that hill, that hole, the best they could to keep it from falling in on that guy. And we actually saw him down there with his oxygen mask on. And when I say his, I mean the fire department brought it. But he was down there, and it seemed like he was almost in good spirits, actually helping, moving the dirt away as it was kind of falling down that sides, you know, trying to keep it away from him. So, again, this is all happening out here in the Los Angeles area. This is in Los Feliz. Something else we can talk about real quick is that black ball that you see right there. There's another one that's actually in front of that firefighter. We're going to try to do that digital zoom. It does get a little blurry, and that is because of our altitude and atmosphere and the heat, the waves of the atmosphere. But you can kind of see it right there, and that is inflated. And one of the reasons why they did that is because that is going to help that wood, that shoring right there. It's going to keep it like a level wall against it. So when they use those power struts, if this was just up against the dirt, then what might happen is there might be a spot that isn't filled in, and that power strut might actually pop a hole right through the wood. And so that's one of the reasons why they're using that inflatable bag on this side of that shoring, that lumber that you see right there. And then they're using those power struts to keep all that separated, to keep that dirt from falling in on that victim. Again, you see a firefighter down there, and you can see all the predictive safety that they have. That firefighter has harnesses on him. If there's something should happen, they might be able to pull him out. And you know, that's great for that firefighter, might not be so great for that victim. And right now, that is all these guys' biggest concerns. These first responders always putting their safety second. So a lot of these times, even though they're doing what they can to stay safe, they're still taking a lot of chances to save that person's life. Again, that ladder right there, I find that to be pretty interesting. You can see they've got some ropes there, and basically they set it up so that it's the boss. Let's just call it like it is. He's up there looking, keeping an eye on what's going on, making sure everything's happening the way it should. Also probably giving some information and passing along information down the line, how they're doing this rescue. And of course, I've said this in the past, and people have kind of misconstrued what I've said, and I'm going to say it again. So let the misconstruing start now. Everything is a training day, especially when you're working as a first responder, because you just don't know what you're going to come up against. You know, this is not a training exercise as in they plan this, but this is a trial and error. Everything is trial and error, especially when you're working in this type of situation. And that's one of the reasons why those firefighters got to stay sharp. They got to keep thinking ahead. They've got to, and the heat is what might become a problem. You become exhausted very quickly. Of course, your physical, you're going to start sweating. You're going to have those problems, but your brain is going to slow down as well. And they don't want that to happen. They're making sure that all these firefighters are hydrated. And again, I said they called out the second USAR out here just to make sure that these firefighters are fresh and working at their at peak performance the entire time they're doing the rescue. Something that I just saw as well, they brought the backboard up. I have the scanner up, but I'm also listening to 2 television stations, but that backboard, that's a really great sign. That means that they're probably about ready to try to pull this guy out of there. That's why that backboard is there. They're probably going to strap them to the board and then pull them up out of that trench. So that's a great sign that we're seeing that. That shows that this might be coming to an end. That victim might be coming out of that trench here shortly. But again, all happening out here in Los Angeles, is in the Los Feliz area. And you know what? Let me get a wider shot right now so you can see that bug on my lens. No, that's not the reason why. That's one of the USAR trucks that I was talking about. That thing's a rolling hardware store. And I'm not going to say Home Depot or Lowe's because I don't want to play favoritism. So, and I'm just going to say it's true value. Anyways, what's this thing? Well, that's a sanitation truck from LA City. And that is basically a giant vacuum. You see these every now and then, especially when it's raining, if it's raining out here in the Los Angeles area. They use these things to unblock a lot of the drainage. It is literally a giant vacuum. Now, they actually called for it because they were thinking maybe they could use that to vacuum up some of the dirt. Instead of using what you saw, that compressed air and other items to shovels and etc. These guys, they're still hauling stuff in. They're going in through that backyard from the neighbor's side. But that giant hose that we see right there, that is what attaches to that giant vacuum. And I think that they still might want to be using that. It's going to, I'm following it. There it is going down the side of the house. And it's going to go all the way out to the actual trench itself. So they might actually still be using that to start sucking up some of the dirt to get this guy freed. But again, this has been going on for, I would say, almost an hour, right, Mike? Mike might have me shut off. An hour and 14 minutes. That's how long we've been here. So that guy's probably been in there for a solid 90. And the progress is stunning. I got to say that. They are definitely making progress out there. But again, you've got these guys working on using that giant suction vacuum. That's part of that right there. You can see them still like assembling it. And that's what I'm talking about. Everything is like training day. Everything is an exercise where they've got to figure out how to, everything's unique. How are we going to get this person out of there? How is that person trapped? How are we going to keep them alive? How are we going to keep our guys safe? These questions are what these guys are working on down there. It's not just about moving some dirt. It's all about making sure that their guys are safe and that they're able to get that worker, the victim in this case, out safely. I just looked down at my phone. I got LTE, which is a great sign. Now I'm going to see if I can find you guys online because I'd love to see what some of the questions are. It's taking me to the Fox website, which is great. Don't get me wrong. I love the Fox website. But I'd rather see the YouTube because I want to see what you guys are asking. But anyways, we're still here. We're going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to give my voice a rest, and I'm going to give Mike's ears a rest here as I try to find you guys on YouTube. But again, this rescue's still continuing, believe me. If something starts happening, something out of the ordinary, something a little special, you know I'm going to start yammering the way I always do. And again, thank you guys for checking in with us. Thank you guys for watching. And again, I'm hoping that everybody's keeping that positive energy out there, that victim is going to come out alive and in one piece and fine. But again, this rescue continuing out here in the Los Feliz area. And I didn't bring any coffee. Copy. Thank you for that. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I turned them down a little bit. I was kind of hoping they were going to use the vacuum. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean, it's like you know they're not going to put that thing anywhere near that guy because they don't want to have that kind of issue, right? Oh, heck yeah. Dude, that thing, it's not a Dyson, man. That thing is serious. Oh, yeah, definitely. is safe and that there isn't going to be more of a collapse after they pull him out. They also want to make sure that there isn't any injury to that victim as they're pulling him out. All this very important clearly, but you can see the number of firefighters out there from USAR group out here in the Los Angeles area, and that's LA City Fire USAR. That's who's out here. And again, this has been going on for more than 90 minutes. This person down there 8 feet underground when that dirt collapsed, and you can kind of see some of that dirt still sliding into those holes that the firefighters have been working to clear around that worker. Again, this is extremely dangerous. This isn't just some guy in a hole. This isn't you're at the beach and you're burying your buddy or you're burying yourself. This is dirt and out here, and this collapsed onto that worker working down there in the foundation area behind this home up here in the Los Feliz Hills. But it looks like they are getting close to trying to pull this guy out. Hopefully we'll see it here in just a moment or two. Copy, thank you. I hear Mark. I think it's more than that. We've been here an hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, 10:45 is when the call came out. That's when the guy's been stuck. I want to get out of the digital doubler just to get a clearer shot to show more of what's going on down there. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm sweating back here. They are going to use the vacuum. Yes. Yeah. Dude, that thing is serious. Wonder why they're doing all the knots and stuff. Oh, so they can, okay, I get it. Right. So how are they going to how do they control the suction? Yeah, but yeah. That's what I'm thinking, right? Dude, I'd be like, get that thing out of my face. Well, they changed their mind. What? Yeah, it is hot. Sorry. It's 101 degrees and we're at what? How high? 2,000 feet. It's got to be well over 100 down there. 104? There is. Not yet. Yeah, they just told him turn on the suction. No, they told him to turn on the suction. This is he's saying no. The victim. He's like, no, hang on. I don't know, maybe the vacuum, maybe to pull him up. Yeah. Yeah. He's using a shovel. That's what I'm saying. I love this guy. I love this guy. He just grabbed the shovel and he's like digging. He's digging stuff out, probably for the vacuum. Right. Yeah. Oh, he just hit him in the head with it. Ow. They were moving the vacuum. He just clocked them. Yeah. But he's literally got it. He's got like a little spade shovel down there, like a. Yeah, they did. I wonder if he can keep it. I would, but that's just me. Yeah, he's got like a little tiny shovel, and he's like down there digging. I dated a girl one time. Yeah, just once. And in her trunk, she had a shovel, and I was just always like, that's kind of like, what's this all about? And then the answer didn't make me feel any better. It wasn't like, oh, just in case, but it was that awkward, like, I don't want to tell you. Clearly, I was very nice to that person. Yeah, I see it. It must be something around him or something, right? Hey, what's up? Oh no, what happened? Oh, how long we can hang here because of fuel? Okay, how long have we got on station? We're doing the math. We're probably pencils in for probably another 55 minutes on station. Copy all. So yeah, throw me a water. Yeah. It's like I want to do a wider shot, but I don't want to mess up, you know, I don't want to miss them pulling this guy out. Just showing you guys real quick. So that's the vacuum, and you can see it's vacuuming. You got a little bit of dust out there, but this is the line that we're following. That's that gray thing. Look at all those hand motions down there. It's like the guy who's watching all this is probably like, make up your mind, man. What are you doing? You know what? I think we should do this at Fox, you know? Basically get everybody together from the team, and then we bury somebody or halfway bury somebody, and then the rest of the team's got to figure out how to get them out. What do you mean you play? Wow, people are harsh in this room. They are like really, really, really harsh. I'm not even going to repeat some of this stuff. I mean, it's pretty bad. Yes, it's very hot in the helicopter, and we have air conditioning. Trust me. Trust me. And the pilot's sitting in what's called the greenhouse. He's got like little windows above him, so he's even worse than I am. Penny's asking how long this person's been stuck. This person's been in there probably, we're going to say a solid 90 minutes. He's been in there for a solid 90 minutes. Does he know his mic is live? Yes, Snacks. I know my mic is live. No, he's not dead. This person is very much alive. It's not a body recovery. This is actually we wouldn't be showing this like this if there was a body recovery. Yeah, Tony, you know what? I would venture to say we got a better shot than them. Yeah, definitely. You know, I got no ill will against the people I work, you know, what are they called? Colleagues. But I would venture to say our shot's better. Buy stocks. I don't know. If that was you in there, how many guys would you want to help you to get out? I'm just kind of curious. Maybe just one guy and be like, hey, we're doing what we can. San Diego Slacker, brother, I'm in here every day. This is my happy place. I'm not stuck, trust me. King V8, thank you, brother. I don't know about going in a different direction. What are you talking about? Big Husky, that guy was down there working, and then it actually collapsed on him. He was working down there. They were doing some sort of work in that, creating that trench right there. I'm not sure if that for what they were doing it for, but he's 8 feet down, and he was down there working, and then the sides collapsed, and he became buried. Can you confirm the one person that is stuck is the one in the frame? The guy that is in the orange shirt and the yellow hat, that is the victim right there. Orange shirt, yellow hat, looking up at us right now. I don't know if there's a delay, but that is the victim. That is the victim. And he's got a harness around him. And that, yeah, and he's actually helping. He's been helping the firefighters pretty much since we got here. When we first arrived, the first engines were arriving. They were starting to figure out how they were going to take care of this. A lot of these guys had shovels. They were out here. They were moving the dirt by hand along the side of that hill There, you can see some of those shovels. We're looking straight down because this person's in a trench, so it makes it a little odd to, you know, shoot other things. It's not like we can get that angle or move back and forth and come back to this spot. But right now, the reason why we're so toppy as it would be, or making it look like a Google Earth shot, is because we're doing it on purpose so we can see that guy inside the trench. You can see him. He's trying to, you know, I don't know, maybe he's telling those guys, hey, look, man, just do what you need to do to get me out of here. I don't blame him. But at any rate, this has been going on for more than 90 minutes. I'm trying to answer you guys' questions, but my phone now is actually not cooperating. So anyways, I enjoy reading the enjoy reading a lot of the comments. I am always about helping you guys out, answering your questions. You know, I love those lines where you're like, oh, does he know his mic is live? Yes, I know my mic is live. This is what I do for a living. I know, it's tough. It's tough. And again, I'm back in SOS, so it is not, it's not refreshing. Oh, they gave him some water. Thank goodness. If it was at his neck and shoulders, then he wouldn't be breathing. He was looking down, probably trying to figure out what's holding him down there. I mean, if it would be that simple that you just kind of pull him out of his pants, I bet you they would have already. You know what I mean? What do we got for fuel now? You just asked us a few minutes ago. We had 55 minutes, so I would venture to say we're probably right about 50 to 45 minutes. Oh, it's all good. I didn't mean it like that, Melissa. I was just saying. You know, I know it wasn't you. You didn't ask. I thought Tony asked. Right? You are hovering. See, now I'm starting to worry. Pardon me? Melissa? We are on with KCal. I'm listening to him talk. Oh, you know what? I'll hoot and holler. I'll let everybody know. It's all good. I'm actually trying to read some of the questions and comments. We got 35. We got 3,600 people. Oh, now oh man, it just scooted by so fast. I can't. Smoking scan. Where are you at? Joe, I think the camera's pretty good. I mean, we're like in that hole with that guy. You know what? Gosh, we share the picture with other people. Other people are using our shot, but I wish I could like zoom all the way out so you guys could really see. We're at 2,000 feet. We're 2,000 feet AGL or MSL? MSL. I don't know how high we are off the ground. We're 1,500 feet above the ground right now. So think about a 15-story building. I don't think your cell phone could get this shot. What's up? No, I can't do that. You got to talk to my agent. Yes, I will. Thank you for giving me heads up, Dave. Yeah, but I'm going to wait till they start actually. Test. Hey, I'm not sure if keep doing whatever you're doing. Yeah. Yeah. Do what you need to do. I understand. We don't even have to stay over it for right now. Let's just try to get some air through the thing. Test. I'm showing audio. Do you guys have us? You got a picture back? Shows we're transmitting. Copy all. I don't think we're going to be able to get that sweet shot because we can't stay in one place. I think we got to keep it moving.